Happy Friday, start of the weekend. I am walking to my friend's house. We are dog sitting this weekend, so I'm walking there, and it's really cold today. I think we actually have tiny little snow flurries falling, so that's interesting. But yeah, it should be nice to watch the boys this weekend. All right, I will tune in later. So it's a long weekend. I just actually realized that this morning. My coworkers like, enjoy the long weekend. I was like, what? And yes, I'm at my friend's house, so that's why this is completely different. They are in Cabo, I think. Yeah, Cabo this weekend for a wedding. They come back on Tuesday. And they have two little long-haired dachshunds, Walter and Dude, that we're watching. I just walked over here maybe a couple hours ago, and Manu's still working. But yeah, while I'm watching them, I figured I would start a reading vlog because I started reading last night Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've seen this all over on Instagram, and I've heard it's really good, and I started it last night. I'm on page 41, and so far it's about Sam and Sadie, who met when they were children. And they come from like different backgrounds, but then they reunite in Boston when she's going to MIT and he's going to Harvard. And I don't know too much so far. And she designed a video game because she's going to MIT for, I think, I guess ultimately she wants to be a video game designer. And so yeah, right now I'm reading like the background of when they met and they're falling out. I do like that in the like flashbacks, it's set in like the 90s. So they're playing Super Mario Brothers and they're also playing Duck Hunt, and that reminds me when I was really young and that my parents bought a Nintendo used. I think there was already like several consoles after that, but we had that one. That was the one that my mom or my dad got it like at a garage sale or something. And we played Super Mario Brothers and we played Duck Hunt, and it was so much fun. All right, so I'm gonna get back to reading and I will check in once I've made some more progress. We came back home to have breakfast, and oh my god, I'm so excited for some tea. And we made, of course, avocado toast because we are millennials after all. We'll never be able to afford a house now. Okay, I'm heading back to my friend's house. We were at our house for just a couple hours so we can do some laundry. We ate and just relaxed for a bit. I'm gonna head back because I don't want the boys to be in the crate for too long. Before that, I'm gonna go to Lush. There's one pretty close to my house. And I also have to go to CVS to get some ibuprofen. So I will give you a reading update when I get to my friend's house. the vibe. We got the lo-fi going on. We got Wiener Dog 1, Wiener Dog 2, and reading. All right, hey. So I haven't updated since we had breakfast at our place because I started feeling sick. I had like a bit of a headache. My stomach was weird, so I ended up sleeping for most of the day. Then Manu dropped me off here, back with the boys, and I wanted to give you an update on my reading. So I did read some. So I don't know where I left off. Basically, the book that I'm reading tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, it's about two longtime friends. They met when they were kids, and I'm trying to talk with these guys. It's impossible. And they bonded over video games, and they met like in the early 90s, and then they reunite again in Boston when one is at MIT, the other's in Harvard, and it's just following like their life together. So it's like it's a combination between some flashbacks and the current timeline, and then in the future as well, and how these friends work together to create a very popular video game. And I've just gotten to the part where they finish the video game, so I will give you an update after I read more. All right, so today is Monday, and you guys saw we went out, we had breakfast, we went back to our place, and then we went and got groceries. But I wanted to talk to you about what I read last night. So I read some more of Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Long title. And they've built the game. And I don't want to give away too much, but essentially this is just like good storytelling. I don't know if there's going to be a catalyst or a climactic moment, but so far it's basically about these three friends' lives. I don't know if I mentioned the third friend yesterday, but Sam and Sadie, they met first, and then Marks. And I love their dynamic. I love how supportive they are of each other and how they've worked together to create something great. I hope, like, I'm a little nervous because something might happen, and I really like their friendship. Besides the friendship, there's also some good dynamic, some like class dynamics, because Sam grew up poor while Marks and Sadie grew up with money. So there's like the difference there. And also, I really love Sam. He kind of breaks my heart because he's had some trauma in his life, including physical trauma, bad accident, and he still continues to suffer with that. He has like a really messed up foot, multiple surgeries, and there seems to be some trauma there regarding his mom, because we know he lost his mom, we just don't know how. So yeah, I really love Sam, and yeah, I'll just keep reading. So far, there hasn't been anything too dramatic that's happened, but I'm enjoying it. It's just really good storytelling. I wanted to come on here and give a proper ending to the reading vlog, but also give my thoughts on the book that I read. I read, again, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And I don't know, I've seen this book everywhere on Instagram and BookTube, and I wanted to read it, especially after I was reading fantasy, and I was kind of in the mood for just like something more contemporary. First thoughts, I really enjoyed the friendship between the three main characters, Sadie, Sam, and Marks. Especially between Sadie and Sam, they seem to have such like a pure friendship. I'm trying not to give any spoilers. Something that happened that I, didn't want to happen is, when friends become involved. I thought that would really change the dynamic of the group, and if you read it, you'll see that it does or it doesn't. I was really saddened when there was a loss as well. That made me really sad. This was pretty much a 4-star read for me until the second to last chapter. And if you've read it, you'll know it really threw me off. It threw me completely out of the book, and I know that it's meant to be a book about
games and how you get into a, you know, you kind of feel like you're part of that world in the game. But maybe if this particular game had been presented earlier, then maybe it would have felt more organic, but it really just took me out, and it kind of dropped this down to a 3.5 for me. But overall, I did enjoy reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I would say it's just good storytelling. There's no like huge climatic moment, but it's good storytelling. I like the friendships. I also love the behind the scenes of video game making, which is really cool because I like to play games. I like to play on the Switch and I like to make cozy games, but just understanding what goes into making those games was really interesting. Also, I enjoyed the throwbacks to games from the 90s that I grew up playing. So overall, I would say this is a good book, and if you want just a modern storytelling kind of read, then I would recommend this book. And if you've read it, leave your comments on what you thought about that second to last chapter.